Greetings, everyone. I'm Eric with Your Essential Practice. For today's Divinely Guided Rune reading, we're getting used to that ebb and flow of things, aren't we? We had a lot going on this last week. The week before that, not so much. The week before that, even a lot. So this week, again, not so much. Next week, we're going to have a little bit more. So again, just take this time to really focus on your divinely guided path. If you'd like any divinely guided rune readings for me personally, if you'd like any of the rune sets or jewelry that you see on the channel, please use the links below. Also, more information in the description box below for any astrological information. Let's jump into your divinely guided rune reading here for this week without further ado.
Greetings, Libra, and welcome to your Divinely Guided Rune reading here for the week. Let's jump right on in and get a rune for your energetic past here. We have Berkana. So Berkana here in your energetic past. This is you have been in a familial sense of nurturing from beginnings, sense of a birthing into new energies. You recently started something, needed help in starting something, needed to nurture something that recently began, such as a birthing of a project, a pregnancy, literally, or a new relationship or thought process. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here, Libra. But this is the Birch Goddess's rune, and this is kind of like the Empress card in tarot as well. So if that helps you kind of paint that picture here, this is maybe needing to kind of go back to that source, like the motherly, nurturely source, a kind of energy to kind of regain your strength into this new beginning of self. Again, taking what resonates, leaving what doesn't. Right now, you are in your aspects of Fehu. Fehu here is the rune of cattle. So this is literal like abundance. This is, okay, so what is abundance meaning to you right now, Libra? So it starts off grounded. Again, when we're having these lines come straight down from the runes, that's a grounded kind of aspect, all right? But as abundance increases, so too do our choices, responsibilities, right? So that is maybe more money, more problems. Like if you think about the problems, you're going to get more problems. If you think about the fact that you already have abundance, the more abundance you get. We all have access to abundance. It's just that we create these weird blocks ourselves to it. So in your energetic future here is Dagas. This is the rune of clarity, metamorphosis. This is an irreversible rune. So Dagas, clarity, is kind of like the temperance, transmutation kind of card in tarot. This is that literally from night turning into day. Dagas does mean day. So this is like a metamorphosis type of energy. Never be the same again. So you're birthing new energies. You're kind of growing in abundance in this new energies. And it's kind of leading into this changing of self, of clarity of self here, even. So this beautiful stuff. Let's see what is in the influence of the now energies. What's in the influence of the now? Needing to endure, needing that toughness, that stability, kind of the flexibility as well. So this is the rune Awaz. So Awaz here is that branch of the ash tree, or the U branch, Y-E-W, where if it flexes too much or not enough, branches can snap off. You can become Isa, the rune of ice, stuck, frozen, rigid, repeating life lessons. If you flex a bit more, you can thaw out some of that ice. Get that glimpse of the Sawilo, the sun, that is right around the corner here. So you're in this influence right now of this squirrel going up and down this Yggdrasil here, the tree of life between the serpent and the condor, and relaying the information, the balance of all of that knowledge throughout the tree of life. So this is kind of your energy too, maybe mentally too, like that squirrel going up and down your Yggdrasil here. All these different options you get for abundance, you're kind of wondering what's your advice maybe for the now energies. Your advice for the now energies. This is interesting. Okay, so this is Manas. Manas is that rune of mankind. This is like the 3D labels kind of thing. Maybe this is an investment in something that has to do with more with 3D labels, something more tangible, something maybe more like with, excuse me, more with, it could be like raw goods too for your business, or yeah, like raw goods, like textile products, like stones for jewelry, metalworking stuff, gears for watches, uh, you name it. Everything needs like some sort of like raw essential goods to begin with, right? So anyway, you could be called into like more aspects of investing more into that tangible stuff. That's that rune of mankind aspect playing a role there. So what this actually is, though, is one clan flag, and it's kind of joining up with another one, or it's at least inviting us to have a definition of clarity of other than, like not part of our clan, but other than. Excuse me. So taking what resonates, leave what doesn't here. The aspect here is not to get caught up too much into the 3D labels of things. Look more into the energetic aspect of the investment opportunities here, right? This rigidity, this toughness, this could be an aspect of maybe feeling like you're tested here right now, but you're going to have this clarity, this metamorphosis, one way or another, which way you go here. If you go one way, you know for sure what the answer is. If you know the other way, well, that's your choice right now, isn't it? Making that decision or not. So, what do you have to look forward to in the energetic outcome? Let's see what you're probably holding off on. Maybe this clarity before your outcome here. Either way, you're going to have to move forward in your faith. I'm sorry, I keep clearing my throat here, y'all. It's been a kind of a weird energetic reading here. So your energetic outcome here for all is Algies. This is the elk rune. Your elk rune is grounded energy too. Grounded energy there. The Algies rune, elk rune, is that built-in divine defense, divine protection. That's why it's kind of like your faith. You know that you're protected everywhere you go. So that way you can take nice grounded steps moving forward, looking at maybe some additional information, maybe inviting new energy in for that clarity. Because, change is often good, and sometimes a new, fresh perspective on the situation at hand will add to the clarity. So you're divinely connected and protected here, regardless of what you do. I would say go for it. You have this nurturing kind of familial type of energy. You're going forward with this beautiful knowledge and balance, toughness, stability, knowing that this is maybe an investment of your energy. But have faith, because if you say no to it, you know what the answer is. You 100% know the answer. If you say maybe or yes to it, then at least you get to discover and you get to learn. And remember that there's no actual failures. There's lessons out there, and you'll get your clarity, right? You'll never be the same after this. You recognize that maybe that's why you are being so cautious in this Libra, but you like to be caught up in your head a little bit too much. I say just stick to it, hold your own. The choice will likely be made for you if you just stick to it and stick to your own guns, right? And stick to your own truth, your own faith, and you'll get your clarity, okay? Whether or not to move forward or not with that other energy, okay? Maybe that definition can be altered. See, in the center of manas here, we have dagas, where we get that transmutation because we're adding these energies, right? And we get that added clarity. Speaking of added clarity, let's get a message of clarity now from the messages from the Fairies Oracle deck. The fairies are divinely guided creatures who also love to assist us in our journeys. So thank you, fairies, for this card for Libra. To whom do you need to forgive, Libra? As you release old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes will come true. Whom do you need to forgive, Libra? That's a good question to ask yourself, and maybe you already know that, right? So let's read more about this card. If I could find the right page that it's on. Again, it says, as you release old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes will come true. Continuing, this card indicates that your prayer will be answered as you release yourself from the inability to offer forgiveness. While you may feel justified in your anger, the truth is that your resentment is only hurting you. The rage you're carrying is blocking your deepest desires. Go outside and ask the fairies and the spirit of nature to clear your mind, body, and emotions of lower energies. You'll benefit enormously by making the decision to detoxify yourself of old anger and resentment. Additional meanings for this card, Libra, are forgive yourself and be cleared of toxic guilt. Yeah, forgiving ourselves sometimes is the hardest thing to do. More meanings are reduce judgmental thoughts about yourself or others, or send an apologetic note to someone, or stop identifying yourself as a victim and see yourself as powerful. And finally, focus on the present instead of the past. Namaste, Libra. Have a blessed and abundant week.